Good afternoon and welcome to Solent University's Soccer Saturday. My name is Reece Barrett and I'll be guiding you through the show today as we bring you live updates on the finest football fixtures of the afternoon. We've got reporters all across the continent bringing you the latest, stretching from the Den to Denmark. We'll have live updates for you from England, Wales, Austria and more. And we've also got four faces on our panel covering the top flight football. Some say he's Solent University's safest pair of hands. He's not between the sticks today, but he's on the panel. Daniel Baverstock will be watching title-hopeful Arsenals as they host Gary O'Neill's Hungry Wolves. Former lifeguard Ethan Moss-Wills will be taking his attention away from the Solent today as he covers Brentford, who tried to return to winning ways against Luton. Southampton Goal's Monday League Two striker from Wales is Baxter Wilson as he covers an early relegation six-pointer as Sheffield United face Burnley. And down in the Championship, Liverpool and Manchester's greatest export since the Beatles and Oasis, Michael Ryder watches two giants fighting for promotion as Leeds host Middlesbrough. But now we go from one capital city to another. We go from London to Copenhagen. We've got Joshua Stewart now live in Denmark. How are you doing, Josh?
Hi, Reece. Yes, I've just heard Alex complain about it being 2 degrees. I wish it was positive degrees in the weather here. It's -3 and it's currently in the middle of the afternoon. So by tonight, who knows what it's going to be. But yes, I'm here in town for Copenhagen versus Aarhus in the final league matchday fixture of the annual year. So fingers crossed, it'll be a good one.
Win 4-0 over Preston as well. Very impressive result, a team that's flying high this season. So, in my opinion, I think Leeds will take it, but this could go either way and I can't wait.
Fantastic. Well, we've heard about the games that are in the studio. Let's go back out around the grounds then. We've got Callum and Basingstoke. It looks quite cold up there, Callum. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. We are here at Basingstoke, and the normal day here at Basingstoke would be football based, and it is today with Solent versus Basingstoke, a massive rivalry in the South Coast, but we're here for something bigger, and when I say bigger I mean massive. The Stoke Stack Burger is what Basingstoke's most famous for in and around the grounds, with Footy Scrans having over millions of likes and views on the last visit here. It is a burger, it's where it goes bun, cheese, quarter pounder, battered chicken breast, pulled pork and bun on top, and we will be tasting that later today on our trip here. We've also got a massive game, obviously, 12th versus 13th, a very mid-table clash here, as Solent will take on Basingstoke in a big game. And the last time out, Basingstoke won 4-0 against Solent, but with a lot of injuries, it should be a much more competitive game this time. We will keep you updated with team news and everything else, and especially the Stoke Stack Burger later on today.
The defensive midfield position is just where we're going to drop a bit of quality. I mean, it's Endo, he's a good rotation player. He's not a starter though, and McAllister, who doesn't really look like he's cut out for that position. And when you look at the teams that have won the league in the past, you've got like Rodri at the centre of the midfield. You've got Fernandinho, Fabinho, and I don't think McAllister and Endo are up to that level.
But
I think it's such a crucial part of the team.
Dominic Szoboszlai is possibly one of the signings of the season.
No, I agree. I think he's been fantastic. I love him. But
are we talking more of a defensive-minded midfielder?
Yeah.
Nah, I'll give you that one.
I think it's the anchor of the team.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Great conversation there, and I do think Liverpool will be up there, but it is time for the moment that we've been waiting for. We now go back to Callum Pearman, who is sampling the £7 mega burger in Basingstoke. Callum, it's steaming. It looks amazing.
Hello, yeah, we are here. We have got our Stoke Stack Burger. It may be freezing cold, but we are kept nice and warm by this behemoth of a burger. As I said, it is bun, patty, pulled pork, cheese and chicken breast with another bun on top. We've also got a nice hot chocolate, a non-league classic to come with us, and we've just got to get started. And if you get a nice little close-up of that right there, it is absolutely massive. We're going to have to just dig straight in with this one. And that is as good as Footy Scrans said it was. It's probably all over my mouth and all everywhere.
That looked fantastic, Callum. I will say maybe parental guidance is advised now because of that shot with all the pork hanging out, but oh my God, it looked amazing. £7 for that as well. There's a hole in my stomach. I need one. Basingstoke next weekend, I think it is.
It's going to be an exciting one to see what happened from this game. But yeah, back to you in the studio. I'll have more to come.
Fantastic start from Millwall by the sounds of it, and another fantastic start for a side here on the South Coast, our local side. How's it gone for Southampton? Callum Kemp, he's in the newsroom. Give us an update.
Yeah, it's 1-0 to Southampton here. Southampton have been dominating possession the same way they have all throughout this season, currently on 76%. And they've just been bouncing it around the outside of Cardiff's box. Carlos Alcaraz picks up the ball, passes it to Stuart Armstrong, just outside the penalty box, who smashes it into the top corner. Nothing the goalkeeper could do about it, really. 1-0 Southampton, and they're still putting on the pressure.
Fantastic. Another goal outside of the box for Southampton, just like how they beat Bristol City in midweek. A team that sort of prides itself under Russell Martin at creating big chances, but seemingly scoring some wonder goals at the moment. Let's have a look back in the studio then. Been goals flying in across the Football League at the moment. Dan, can you give us any updates at Arsenal?
Yes, Arsenal have just gone 2-0 up. It's a brilliant finish from Martin Odegaard. It's fantastically well worked down this right-hand side again from Saka, who crosses the ball in. It reaches Zinchenko on this left-hand side. Jesus again is involved in the build-up. Plays a nice 1-2 with the Ukrainian, and Martin Odegaard finds himself just on the penalty spot, and it's an easiest finish, as you can see. Just guides it into the bottom right corner. We said Arsenal didn't score at all in the opening 15 minutes at all in this Premier League season. Well, they've just scored 2 now, and it looks like it could be another 6-0. Obviously, beat Lens 6-0 at home at the Emirates on Wednesday night. It's looking like it could be 6 here again today, Reece.
And we've sort of got the Midas touch when it comes to goals at the moment. Odegaard had a bit of heartbreak recently when he failed to qualify for the Euros with Norway. He's not letting it affect his game at all. Elsewhere on the scores, we've got Hull and Watford 1-0 at the moment. Seems to be like we're getting a hatful of goals within the first 15 minutes in the Championship. Ethan, how are we looking back in the Premier League?
Well, I think a goal might be coming for Brentford. They've been swinging a lot of balls in the box, and this is really a game where you want Ivan Toney, because you've just got Mbuemo, Wissa and Neil Maupay all vying for it, but they're all little men, and against the big men of Luton, they're not going to get there.
Well, let's move from the South Coast here in Southampton in our studio. Let's cross the border back to Wales. We've got Barnaby Page with an update at Swansea.
Okay.
Yes, it's currently 1-0 to the Terriers to Huddersfield Town. 3 minutes into the game, an own goal from Benka Bango. A misplaced pass in the midfield from Matt Grimes led to a quick counter-attack from Huddersfield, and it led to eventually a cross coming in across the penalty box, and Benka Bango kicked the ball into his own net. 1-0 to Huddersfield.
Very much, and if Wales wasn't international enough for you, we're going to go to Austria now. Lily Arthur reports live from the European country. Oh my God, it looks freezing. I mean, I'm cold enough in the studio. What's it like out there?
Yep, so the good news is we've made it here to Austria. It's very snowy, but the bad news is the game has been postponed. So you can see if we pan over the snow right here. So no game to report live from today, but we will be trying to make it around to some sites in Austria to show you at least something today.
Well, we've been robbed of a top-of-the-table clash there in the Austrian Bundesliga. It would have been Salzburg versus Wolfsberger, called off due to excessive snow. Temperatures of -2 there, and I mean, you could see in the background, it looks a bit chilly. I'm glad we're in the studio. As much as it would have been nice for them to fly out to Austria, it's a shame that we won't be seeing that game. Speaking of games in the studio, Dan, any news at Arsenal?
No, Arsenal just keeping the ball well, just trying to maintain possession.
And now down to non-league then. Charlie Clayton at #United can update us with some goal news. How are we looking, Charlie?
Yes, that is correct. #United have broken the deadlock here in the Essex derby, and no other than number 9, Toby Aromalaran, fits the tags 1-0 up here. A very, very good little passing play on the edge of the Canby Island box, when Toby Aromalaran slots the ball home with his right foot past Sam Jackson in the Canby Island goal. Only a few moments after Canby Island had a penalty waved away by the referee. Bradley Stack thought that the #defender handballed it in the box, but it was waved away. So very interesting start to the game. #United 1, Canby Island 0.
Portsmouth 2-0 up now against Northampton in the FA Cup. And let's go from Northampton to Southampton. Let's go down to the newsroom. Callum Kemp, how are we looking?
Cardiff just had their best chance of the game. Downs committed a foul just outside his own D, and the perfect position for a free kick, really. Sadly, it was a very poor effort. NG took the free kick, it hit the wall, and then there was another effort from someone it went back to, and it hit the wall again. So Cardiff have squandered their best chance of the game here, and Saints are looking like they're going to make them pay for it because they're now parked right outside Cardiff's goal.
Thank you very much. And looking at non-league games again, we've got Ringwood Town taking on Fawley AFC today. Ethan Green's at the ground. How's it going over there, Ethan?
Thanks, Reece. Yeah, I'm here at Ringwood Town, where it's a very foggy day. I'm surprised the goalies can actually see each other with how much fog there is here. But yeah, Ringwood Town have taken a 2-0 lead here early on in this match. The first one came from a long throw, which came from the right-hand side, which was poked home by their striker. Then a couple minutes later, that exact same striker got another goal. He headed home after a great ball into the box from the fullback, which puts Ringwood up. And Fawley in here, it's been picked up by the goalie. But yeah, that's all here from Reece. 2-0 Ringwood Town against Fawley.
There is actually a goal with Liam, though, before we come back to the studio. Liam Harding down in Totton. Who's gone? Who scored?
I'm here jogging up and down to the Snow Stadium. Check United have just got a goal. It's nearly 1-0. Tottenham just got a goal back. But Ricardo German just got his 19th of the season. And the Tottenham are banging hard on Chester United's door. But just have a look. Is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? Okay, that's all we have right now. That's all we have.
Thank you very much. Let's go international then, because we do have Joshua Stewart ready here. He's live in Copenhagen. You can see him on our virtual wall here. Josh, how are we doing? What's the weather like out there?
It thankfully has stopped snowing. It is, however, still below freezing. The sun was out for about 20 minutes, about an hour ago, and then disappeared very, very quickly. So it's dark, it's cold, but as you can see behind me, the lights of Denmark are shining brightly.
You, Josh, I mean, we can see it's so dark. Sunset's about 3 o'clock there. I mean, it must be cold as soon as the sun goes down.
Yeah, I can't really add much more to that. However, I must admit the spirits of Denmark are very high. You can't walk the streets without smelling the sense of glog, which is a Scandinavian equivalent of mulled wine. You've got hot dog stands and roasted chestnuts. If you were looking for a Christmas getaway, Denmark is pretty high on that list, I must admit.
So, Josh, how are we looking about the game tomorrow then? You'll be watching FC Copenhagen. You excited to see the atmosphere in that stadium? One of the most renowned stadiums in terms of the ultras around the world.
Yes, very much so. Copenhagen have just announced on their social media pages they've sold 30,000 tickets now. Considering it's only a 35,000 capacity stadium, it's not out of a question they could sell out. As I mentioned earlier, it is the last league match day of the calendar year before Denmark goes on its winter break. So expectations are high. It's clubs in both good form, wanting to go to the win into the break. It should be a really, really good atmosphere. And as you mentioned, Copenhagen and the Parken Stadium has a wild reputation for extravagant performances by their fans. So fingers crossed they will be able to match the tempo of the game and warm everyone in that stadium up, because it will be about -4 at 5 o'clock tomorrow at kickoff.
Hopefully the atmosphere is going to warm you up a bit. How are Copenhagen actually looking in the league table? 15-time Danish league champions, so are they up the top at the moment?
Yes, they are. It would not be a bad idea to bet on them to make it 16. It is a very good season for them so far. However, even more importantly, outside of the league, they were the first team in 27 games to stop Bayern Munich scoring. They kept a clean sheet against them in the last round of Champions League games, which is a fantastic accomplishment. And unfortunately for Aarhus, really puts a bit of an ominous tone over the fixture. As I mentioned, they're top by 3 points and will probably, barring a huge goal difference swing, remain top going into Christmas. But I'm sure everyone here in Copenhagen want to hope they can win and stretch that gap even more to solidify their grip on that 16th title.
Copenhagen, a very young team as well, very exciting team. Josh, in your research, have you found any sort of specific players to keep an eye on?
There is a name that everyone seems to be talking about. He's been linked with clubs all over. Bruni Bargi, he is 17-year-old, he's a Swede. He scored against Manchester United in the Champions League. He is a winger that everyone is excited about, and I'm hopeful he will be able to get onto the score sheet tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Josh. Much appreciated there, live from Copenhagen. We do have an update from Basingstoke, but there has been a penalty, Michael. What's happened there?
After our technical issues were solved, Leeds have got a penalty and they have converted. I'll tell you about the penalty incident first. It's Giovanni Rutter on the edge of the box. He beats his man, and then it's a cynical foul from the player who just came on to replace McNair. I haven't quite got his name with me at the moment, but he beats him and he just throws his arm out at his legs, taking him down. Silly foul, and it's their top goal scorer of the season, Perot. He steps up, composed, left-footed, just to the left-hand side of the goalkeeper. No chance, and it's now Leeds 3, Middlesbrough 1.
Thank you very much, Michael. Let's go down to Basingstoke then. It was cold in Copenhagen. It looks just as cold there. How are we doing in Basingstoke, Callum?
And we're here back at Basingstoke. The game has been as freezing as the weather down here, as the fog hails on. As you can see behind me, the Basingstoke fans are in massive support despite the freezing cold weather. There's been minimal chances. Dan Miller's has a header tipped over the bar from the Basingstoke goalkeeper. Jake Cope had a chance one-on-one with the goalkeeper when Target played a big ball through, but that was put wide. Brad Wilson's had one cleared off the line by a Solent defender from a volley on the edge of the box, and Liam Ferdinand's had a very mazy run, about a yard out, but Ryan Gosling makes a solid save. No deadlock here broken yet. The game is about as frozen as my hands are right now.
Thank you very much, Callum. Certainly looks cold, but here in the warmth of the studio, Dan, there's been another chance for Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal probably off the bat against the run of play, and especially in this last 10 minutes, Arsenal have hit the post. Martinelli finds himself in good space after, you could say it was a counter-attack. Saka just sprays the ball over to this left-hand side, and Saka cuts inside and curls one, and it just hits the right-hand post. Jesus also had a chance. Saka, a deep ball into the back post, and Jesus misses from about 1 yard out, but I think it was offside anyway. But still 2-0 Arsenal, almost a third, but they're looking good for the win as I speak.
Thank you very much, Dan. And a goal now in the Tottenham game. Tottenham were on course to give Chesham their 4th loss of the season. We've got Liam Harding at the game. Liam, is it still there?
Chesham is 2-0. Zach Joseph has just scored from the right-hand side of the box. He's rounded off Lewis Noyce again in the same place as Ricardo German. He's been done silly here, and it's happened again. I missed the goals in the toilet, but my fellow foes have told me all about it. That's it at the minute. Liam Harding from the Easy Snow Stadium with 8 layers on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Liam. Appreciate the update as always. Baxter, big chance in your game.
Yeah, sorry. I love Liam so much. Yeah, big chat. It's starting to turn into the scrappy affair as we predicted.
We are now ready to go live to Austria then. We've got Ollie Howard there with us. He's going to be bringing some updates from across the other side of Europe. Ollie, how's it been out there?
Yeah, hi, Reese. Yeah, it's still snowing. Obviously, the game didn't go ahead today, but it's not all bad news from where we are. Following my tweet saying that we obviously couldn't get to the game because it's been postponed. It's been rescheduled for tomorrow, but the Red Bull Salzburg Twitter media team have reached out to me, and then they said that they'll offer myself and Lily both free merchandise. So like I said, not all bad. We just had security come up to us to say if we were up to anything fishy. And I just tried to explain that we were sports journalism students. We're just doing live reporting for YouTube. So luckily that all went okay. We had a little tour around the stadium, looked inside the ground, and there was absolutely no way that game was ever going ahead. There's thick snow everywhere, both inside and out. If you come across here now, you can just see, as you probably saw about an hour ago, it's just so thick. It makes a really difficult challenge to walk around. I don't think any of the buses are going. But luckily, we've managed to sort out some Uber rides, so we'll be heading into the city centre within the next few minutes, and hopefully we can get some strudel into our bellies and enjoy the Christmas market.
Make sure that you're going to eat that strudel in your merchandise. Make sure you get that sorted. I assumed when you said it was going to be postponed that it would be played after Christmas, but it's going to be played tomorrow. How on earth is that going to go ahead?
I'm not sure, to be honest, Reece, because like I said, when I looked into the ground, we didn't see all of the stadium, but we could see a fair bit of it. There's still snow. There's a thick layer of snow above the entirety of the ground, and it is still snowing now. I'm sure you can see it coming across us. I think the groundsmen are going to have a hell of a task on their hands. Luckily, I'm not going to be involved in that. My fingers are freezing. I think it's about -2 degrees at the moment. So hopefully, as soon as we finish this, we're going to get into the warmth. And hopefully there's I don't even know, maybe some outside heating or something to keep us going. Somehow I've even lost my gloves, which makes it a really difficult task, but the snow's doing me well at the moment.
Gloves at the very least. Are you going into the Christmas market, you said? I won't keep you in the cold for too long, but what are you up to now?
Yeah, we're still outside the stadium at the moment just to see, we just wanted a tour really, just to have a look around. There's a hospitality in front of me as well, which looks really, really nice. You can see some of the, I'm not sure if you'll be able to catch it on the camera, but there's some shirts behind me in that glass container. It's almost like a cabinet. So yeah, at the moment we're just staying around the stadium. But for the next hour and a half or so, like I said, we're going to head into the city centre, see what the Christmas market's like, because we've heard it's supposed to be one of the best in Europe. Austria are renowned for that. Both Vienna and Salzburg are both to be absolutely fantastic for those kind of things. So we're going to experience that, see some of the Christmas trees, see some of the Christmas vibes, and I'm sure we'll be back to you shortly.
Thank you very much, Ollie. Yeah, get out of the cold. I'm seeing it's -3 degrees out there. So let's come into the warmth of the studio. Are we back underway yet, Dan, with the Arsenal game?
No, still half-time here. Obviously a long break due to Jose Sarr going down injured for a lengthy period of time. He was replaced by Daniel Bentley, making only his 5th appearance for Wolves today.
But hey, let's go down to Ringwood again as they host Fawley. Ethan Green's got an update for us.
Yes, Reece, little update for you here. We're currently have had a stoppage in play after the game has been stopped because of fog. Essentially, I can't see the opposite sideline over here, and we're not sure if the game can continue. Oh, sorry, quick, the referee just blew his whistle a couple times, and I think, the players are walking to the change rooms. I think this game has just been called off, so this game will have to be replayed again. I'm not sure when that will be able to take place, but it seems like the game has ended here. Ringwood Town 2, Fawley 1. Fawley were coming back into this game actually and started off the second half pretty well. However, we will not see how this game would have ended at the moment. So, yep, there it is. Ringwood Town 2, Fawley 1, and seems the game's ended here. Cheers. Back to the studio.
The game's been abandoned then, and Ethan's missed the game due to the fog. There's been missed chances at the Den. Alex Isaacs with a new update for us.
Right, you have come to me at the perfect time because Jack Clark has just won a penalty for Millwall in the 76th. Jack Clark, in the last time he came to me, how he's been down that left side as Bradley Dack has picked up the ball. Bradley Dack missed that opportunity. Can he make amends here? Before the penalty is taken, I will just update you on a few substitutions. For Millwall, Kevin Nisbet has come off for Bradshaw. Honeyman, the former Sunderland man, has come off for Longman. Fleming has come on for Watmore, who also used to play for Sunderland. While Sunderland, Dan Neil has made way for Spanish striker Mayenda. And sorry, no, it is Jack Clark who is going to step up to take the penalty. Bradley Dack did pick up the ball, but it's Jack Clark who is stepping up to the plate. Let's see what he can do here. There's a bit of delay as Jack Keeper is trying to put a stop to trying to cause some mayhem to stall Jack Clark. Jack Clark has a chance to make it 10 goals in 19 games. Let's see what he can do up against Bielkowski here. In front of the Sunderland fans, he steps up to take this penalty. And he scored! He slotted it into the left corner, beating Bielkowski. There's Bielkowski about that, and it is 1-1. 77th minute played. Back to you in the studio. This can be a very, very good game.
Thank you very much there, Alex. Always live updates here on Solent Sports News. We've got another goal as well for Burnley, I believe. Baxter, have we seen the goal for Burnley? I'm hearing there's been a goal.
There's no goal for Burnley. I believe it's the man next to me, Ethan Moss Wells.
Is it? What's the score, Ethan?
Well, Luton have just pulled one back after, I think that might be their first shot on target, to be honest. It's been all Brentford, and then I think it's Ross Barkley plays a long ball through, not really dealt with by, I think that's Yenal, and Jacob Brown takes the ball, and that's his second goal in 2 games, scoring the winner against Crystal Palace last week. and it's a brilliant finish. He just kept it low, driven it home, just inside the box. Bit lucky, it's an awful clearance from Janelt, just slides needlessly when he had the ball nearly at his feet. Jacob Brown gets the freedom just to cut inside, centre of the box, slots it, left-footed, past the keeper, and 2-1. We might have a game on our hands.
Thank you very much, Michael. And it's full-time across the grounds today. We're going to cross the border. We're going to go to Swansea, where Barnaby Page has got a full-time update for us.
Yes, full-time here. It's ended Swansea 1, Huddersfield 1. A 92nd minute equaliser from Arsenal loanee Charlie Patino was enough to at least give Swansea a point from this fixture. Started off in the 3rd minute with an own goal from Benka Bango as a result of a misplaced pass, if you could say, from captain Matt Grimes. From there, Swansea have had control of the game throughout the full 90, really. Most of the possession, most of the football, couldn't really do much with it until the 92nd minute when Charlie Patino, Arsenal loanee, came on, grabbed a quick opportunity and with a lovely curling effort into the bottom corner, scored his 2nd of the season. Right at the very dying embers of the game, Swansea had the chance to win it through Harry Darling, but his shot from a corner went sailing over the bar. But the most important player of the game today, I think, was Yannick Bolasie, 34-year-old Yannick Bolasie, making his home debut. Every time he got onto the ball today, he looked exciting. He looked fun to watch as well. And as a result, I think he will become a bit of a fan favourite down here for however long he stays here. But full-time here at Swansea, it's finished. Swansea 1, Huddersfield Town 1.
I'm going to go from hashtag and speaking to a celebrity to speaking to our 2 reporters in Austria. Let's go across Europe. We've got Ollie Howard and Lily Arthur. What are you guys up to out there?
So no game for us today, but we've made it to the Christmas market. I really hope you can hear us over the loud chiming of bells behind us. We were going to show you around the market, but it's so slippery here, so we don't really want to make a fool of ourselves slipping over on the ice. But Southampton's got a nice Christmas market, but this one's steps above.
Yeah, I think everything Lily said, exactly that. It's absolutely rocking, to be honest. I think you can see above me, that's where the cathedral is. It is so loud. It's been going for about 5 minutes now. I don't know how it's still going. But yeah, it's a really, really nice Christmas market. We're currently in the Altstadt, which is the translation for Old Town. I think we might make our way into the new town to see what that's looking like as well. But no, at the moment, really, really lovely city, and definitely glad we came despite all of the extenuating circumstances.
Thank you very much, guys. Well, yeah, that's all from us as well here in the studio. All 4 of our games wrapped up across the country. But fear not, there are plenty more Premier League fixtures this evening weekend, starting at 5:30 tonight when Nottingham Forest play host to bottom-of-the-table side Everton, who will be desperate for victory following their 10-point deduction. And later on tonight at 8 p.m, there's a colossal clash in the North East as Newcastle United host Manchester United. Tomorrow's a day packed with 5 thrilling fixtures as well, highlighted by Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspur at 4:30 to cap off an intriguing Super Sunday. That's all from us from our first ever Solent Soccer Saturday. We hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we have. Have a good evening. I'm off to get that burger.